welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Diana and we discuss eating a gluten-free, vegan, plant-based lifestyle. On today's video, we're making one of my favorite burgers, mushroom walnut burgers. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so into a food processor, we're gonna add 1 cup of raw walnuts. And I typically like to add Okay, so I'm not really sure what happened to my audio, if my microphone died or I forgot to turn it back on, but I was just explaining that I decided to actually add in my oats, since they're a little bigger, into the food processor now to blend them up with the walnuts. Typically, I just add them in later, but I just wanted to do it this way, something different. So I just pulsed the walnuts and the oatmeal together, and I'm gonna set it aside for later. So next I took portobello mushrooms. I like to buy them in these strips so I can cut the gills off easier than the actual whole portobello mushroom. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just removing all the gills. It ends up being about 6 to 8 ounces weighed out, and then I put them in the food processor and I add in butter, so plant-based butter, and I blend these up next to create the start of the burger patty. So we're going to blend those up. And that's kind of what it's going to look like. We're going to take the lid off so you can see the rest of it. But you just pretty much want to get it ground down into small pieces as much as possible so we can add in the rest of our ingredients. Okay, so I added in brown rice that I had previously cooked, and then tamari. You can use soy sauce, but tamari is gluten-free. Next, I'm adding in black pepper and some salt and a garlic clove. And then I'm going to add in my chipotle mayonnaise. You can use any kind of vegan mayonnaise of your choice. Okay, so now we're going to close the lid and combine all of those ingredients. And no, I did not forget about the walnuts and the oats. We'll add that in at the end and combine a second time. So we're going to blend this up really well until it's almost like a mushy paste. And I've had thoughts of adding in more oats to try to help it thicken up, because it does become very gooey, which you'll see in the next few clips. But here we add in the walnuts and the oats, and we're going to blend that up as well. I will also say you can add black beans to this recipe, or even beets, to give it a more of a beef bloody color. But that kind of weirds me out a little. I know the Beyond and the Impossible meats do that when you cook them. So I chose to skip the beets. Here I'm going to form the patties. You can see how gooey the meat is, but we're going to do our best with gloves, and you should be able to get 4 nice sized patties on your tray of choice. You can line it with parchment. I'm using a Silpat. Just try to keep them as even and flat as possible, and then we're going to stick them in the freezer for a minimum of an hour or overnight, just so they firm up and they'll make it easier when you're cooking and pan frying them. Okay, so this is what they came out looking like. We're going to stick them in the freezer and they'll firm up, so I'll see you in a few seconds. For me, it'll be a little longer than that. See you in a minute. All right, so it's a few hours later, and we're going to take these out and grill them up. Okay, so I knew when making this video I was gonna have to get some gluten-free hamburger buns, because I haven't really perfected a bread recipe yet of my own. The only 2 breads that I know of that are gluten-free and vegan are Char or Be Free. So when I went to the store, I was expecting to see the normal hamburger buns I see for Be Free, and I saw this new version on the shelf, and I was so excited. They're like chubbier and thicker with seeds, so I felt like these would be perfect. Love this brand. They're made in Poland. They're actually packaged nearby. They are really good. If you can find them in your stores, definitely look into them. They are gluten-free and vegan, kosher. So let's get these toasted up and start making our burgers. All right, so we're going to put these buttered buns face down. And we're going to grill them up just a little bit. All right, these will probably be done because yeah, perfect. They're starting to get a little brown, but all right, so I'm just gonna put that off to the side. All right, so we greased the pan inside. We're just gonna sear this a couple minutes on each side, and it should be good to go. Okay, so we just flipped it. It's getting a nice color on the outsides. The inside is just still frozen, so we're trying to get it to thaw through. And then we're gonna melt some cheese and assemble. I also have my French fries cooking in the air fryer. You've seen me make these before on one of my other videos. Okay, time to assemble. We're gonna take Chipotle mayonnaise. I use ketchup instead of tomatoes, but to each their own. Lettuce, red onion, a little mustard. Oh, almost forgot. Can't forget the pickles. All right, and the burger. I just like a little more ketchup on top. Okay, so we're back. First of all, I know you want to know about the burger, but can I just say, these fries, delicious. I can't go back to frozen fries. There's just something about fresh cooked fries. So, All right, so I know why you all tuned in. It was to see me take a bite of this burger and see what this is all about. So here we go. She's a messy one, but I love messy burgers. I think they taste better. It's kind of hard to show you. Here, a piece broke off. It's very crumbly. It's very soft. It's not going to firm up like a burger, but the taste is delicious, in my opinion. Like I said, it's probably something I could fool around with the recipe to make it firm up more, so it's more of like an actual bite you're taking. This burger just kind of melts in your mouth. In my opinion, that's not a bad thing, but as far as texture goes, if you're looking for that like bite into your actual meat, it's not gonna have that. Flavor-wise, it's out of this world. Definitely need to try it. Anyways, this burger's calling my name. So, I'm gonna finish this up. Appreciate you all watching. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, stay driven.